Hello there, guys, and welcome to Daily Updates. This is to confirm that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi's future in the economic freedom fighters has come to an end. Julius Malema today, during a media briefing, confirmed that Ndlozi will no longer be in any of the leadership by confirming that he is not at the conference and anyone who wants to speak or ask Mbuyiseni about his availability must call him directly. This is what Julius Malema said.
And you can't even point which position of the EFF is unconstitutional. We're not going to answer the question about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. You've got his number, and some of you talk to him, call him. I'm not responsible for Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. 90% of the people who were here, who expected to be here, are here. That's what matters. Whoever is not here was not supposed to be here from the beginning.
It must really be said that in the past few months, 4 or 3 months, we've been feeling sorry for Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. We've been asking about Ndlozi, and there were reports that Ndlozi will not be at the conference. He's going to be banned, to which the EFF rubbished those claims, saying that there's no truth to the claims. But today we are seeing that the same guy that they've been reporting about is no longer there at the conference. And the leadership says, the outgoing leadership says, you don't have to ask us many questions about this guy. Call him directly. And any person who's not at the conference, they don't deserve to be there, which includes Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. You ask a question about the leadership of Ndlozi. Today we must answer that. Ndlozi is not a leader. If Ndlozi was a real leader, if he was a good leader, he would have challenged the EFF. He would have made a decision and not be shamed the way he's being shamed. He would have decided that I'm leaving before anything becomes bad. Because we've seen all these days, all these months leading up to the elective conference, they've been speaking about him not directly but indirectly. This is the man, if really he's a leader, he's this doctor that we are projecting to be very intelligent and powerful, he would have known about these moves and made an exit. Because you don't want to be treated in a way that people who are going to be feeling sorry for you. I think Mbuyiseni Ndlozi wanted to use the victim card, and unfortunately, it is blowing up. And I would be very surprised if he goes on further to still support the EFF and not even say that I'm leaving. What are you going to be playing? What role are you going to be playing in the EFF? You've been there for so long. The people who came after you are now going to be selected as leaders. You are going to call those people leaders, and yet you don't have the courage, you don't have the capabilities to be amongst those leaders. It is about time Mbuyiseni decides that politics are not for him. If you couldn't make any strategy on how to play the ball against the EFF like Floyd did, Floyd knew that he's going to be shamed the same way you are being shamed. So Floyd decided to leave. And probably he said to Ndlozi that, my man, live with me or sit there and be shamed. But of course, Ndlozi probably wanted people to feel sorry for him. Unfortunately, this is politics. If you can't play rough, you are going to have to leave with your tail in between your legs. That is what Mbuyiseni is doing, retweeting the post of EFF, posting some uninteresting things because he no longer has motivation. You were one of those promising leaders. Now the choice is that go to Zuma, the one you've been insulting, go and join him and say, I'm sorry. I want to be a member of parliament. I want to be in politics. If you can't do that, go and ask the ANC, do you need my service? Because I speak well and I sing very well. If they can accept you, then go somewhere and go and be a lecturer. Because in politics, Ndlozi, that is not your home. So I basically felt the need to speak about this because for so many days we've been feeling sorry for Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. I mean, we went as far as saying this is unfair. Ndlozi stood there and we thought he knows what he's doing. But one thing we did not anticipate is for the EFF to announce that if he's not there, he doesn't belong there. And the same man who probably knew way before time that he's not going to be there, stood there, reposting those posts, showing that love, replying to newspapers on the fact that they are saying division under his name. And he goes to say that that is rubbish. Rubbish today is seeing a leader that has potential, blowing it up by wanting to be a victim. Politics is no one's friend. Politics is not like a match that you can play and hold hands. Politics needs strategy. If you don't have the strategy, go and sit outside the room because inside is a boiling pressure. Unfortunately, guys, for the next 5 years, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi will not be in the leadership position. And I can tell you, if he doesn't leave, next year, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi will not be a member of parliament because you lack capabilities of standing your ground. By that fact, you don't deserve to be in the leadership positions. Go somewhere where you might be used. If you can go somewhere, go back to school. School of excellence. Go back to vets.
And you can't even point which position of the EFF is unconstitutional. We're not going to answer the question about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. You've got his number, and some of you talk to him, call him. I'm not responsible for Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. 90% of the people who were here, who expected to be here, are here. That's what matters. Whoever is not here was not supposed to be here from the beginning. So you are not going to reduce this organization to some individual. We're going to refuse that. We're going to refuse that. We gave a very long political report yesterday, like 80 pages. It didn't have such names. You are intellectually so inferior that you can't even engage with that document, and then you bring gossip. We must be monitoring movements of individuals. Why concern about one person over so many people who are here? As if he is the conference. As if he's not here, conference will not happen. It's going to happen, it's happening without him. He's not here. I heard people say he's here, he's doing this. He's not here. He's not here. And it's not our interest to entertain such nonsense. It's not our interest. We're dealing with political issues here, not egoism, not people who think they are bigger than this organization. It will show them once again that it's bigger than all of them. So we as a matter of principle, SG and policy position, we're no longer going to answer any nonsense about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Never. When a journalist asks you that question, you must say, ask another question. You can be smarter than that. Ask something else. This matter is closed.